And the man whose haircut is now compulsory at Toshiba. Good morning, Nathan.
Thank you, Mike. Always trying to set the standards and then the fashion trends.
You have indeed. Now, I know how to work Google Web. However, there's now an app for your Apple device. There wasn't before?
Yes. Google Chrome is Google's web browser. So we might use Internet Explorer, or people might have Firefox. On Apple devices such as iPad and iPhone, it's all Safari, which is the Apple browser.
Yep.
So Google, just to try and get people to use their products across all devices and be the one-stop shop, have brought out a web browser for Apple devices to try and get some people to move across to use their product.
I must admit, I am a fan of Google Chrome. Next up, Project Butter.
This is all part of the Google conference from last week, so there's a bit of a Google theme this morning. Project Butter is part of Jelly Bean, which mentioned in last week when we were doing the June appeal, is that Jelly Bean is the latest version of Android software for smartphones developed by Google.
Yep.
So a big part of this was Project Butter, sticking with the food theme. And basically it was just a team at Google and their sole job was to make their new software for smartphones smoother and faster and easier to operate. So what that looks like, what that means for us is the touchscreen response in the new Jelly Bean is going to be 60 frames per second, which basically it's smoother and faster operation. Yes. So you won't notice it lagging because it's faster, it's operating at the same speed our eyes pick up. There's some other things as well. It's got predictive keyboard, which looks really nice. So it learns words and phrases. It's not just predictive text as in for individual words.
Okay.
But it'll learn what you type and the phrases you use frequently, such as you might say, see you later a lot in a text message. So as soon as you start typing SE, it'll bring up the rest of the phrase. So it's just meant to make it smoother, faster, easier, and ultimately less typing. Cool. They're bringing in some offline navigation and maps access for Google Maps, just so that's stored on the phone and you don't need internet connection or a SIM card in there. A big part of the Jelly Bean is Google Now, which looks really interesting. I'm looking forward to checking this out as well. Basically, it's a bunch of smart cards. It's an app you access from the lock screen. Right. It's sitting in the background of the phone and it learns what you do and what you look for and just how you live your life. And then it brings up things related to that. So, for instance, you might search for the Crows results every week. So all of a sudden, it'll just create a card that you can flick to that has the Crows results automatically ready and waiting for you. Oh, nice. So you don't need to be searching for it.
That is very smart.
Yeah.
Speaking of from food, let's move into the world of fashion.
Yes.
Being the fashionable person you are, what's this about an oven-baked shirt?
Yeah, so a couple of engineers at University of Southern Carolina. So what they've done is they've tested whether a T-shirt could charge your mobile phone. As part of this process, they've soaked it in fluoride, they've dried it.
Okay.
And then baked it in an oxygen-free oven so it doesn't burn.
Yes.
And then afterwards they've tested it and found it could hold charge like a supercapacitor.
That's nuts.
Yes, and then, but wait, there's more. They soak it or coat it in a light coat of manganese. Yep. The width of 1/1000th of a human hair. From the performance, they said if they could charge and recharge it thousands of times, then it would only lose 5% performance. So you would have to combine a whole bunch of T-shirts together, but it's just something that we may see in the future, that types of smart fabrics, we may be able to plug in electrical devices and use them for more than just fashion.
I'm trying to think of a label. Shocking.
Yes, or electrifying.
Electrifying. Nathan, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you very much.
It's easy with Gadget Coach.